Hi everyone, welcome to Fluent English for You. Get ready to start speaking with confidence.
Many people believe feeling lost means you are failing, or that something is terribly wrong with your life plan.
That sounds like me right now, Melissa. All the time, actually.
But what if I told you that feeling lost is actually the first step to finding your true amazing path, and there is one secret you are missing that will change everything? Before we dive into that secret, tell me, Alex, have you ever felt completely adrift, like you did not know what was next? Type yes in the comments if you have ever felt that way.
Oh, Melissa, you have no idea. I have a story that perfectly captures that feeling of being totally and utterly lost. I remember when I finished university, everyone around me seemed to have a clear direction. Jobs, travel plans, even starting businesses. It was overwhelming.
Yes, that pressure to have it all figured out can be immense, can it not?
Absolutely. I felt like I was standing still while the world spun past me. I had good grades, I worked hard, but then nothing felt right. No clear calling.
So the accomplishments did not automatically translate into a sense of purpose?
Exactly. I applied for dozens of jobs, got a few interviews, but my heart was not in it. Each rejection felt like a confirmation that I was just aimless. A failure, really.
Did you talk to anyone about it during that time?
A little. My parents tried to be supportive, but their advice often felt like, just pick something, or you will figure it out. It did not genuinely help ease the confusion.
That can feel very isolating when you are already struggling internally with such big questions.
It was. I started spending hours just staring at the ceiling. I felt this heavy weight, thinking, what is wrong with me? Why do I not have a plan?
And did you ever feel like you were letting down something bigger than yourself, like you were missing some grand, divine design?
Yes, that is exactly it. I grew up hearing about God's plan, but at that moment I genuinely thought, well, if God has a plan for me, He forgot to send me the memo.
That is a very common feeling, Alex. Many people interpret feeling lost as a sign that they are somehow off track, or that God is simply not present in their confusion.
It felt like a test I was failing. I even stopped praying for a bit because I felt too ashamed to ask for direction when I was so utterly confused.
That is a powerful confession. And what was the absolute lowest point during that time of feeling so directionless?
There was one evening, I was sitting alone, scrolling through social media, seeing all these success stories of my peers. I just broke down. I remember thinking, I have no idea what I am doing with my life. I am a complete failure.
That moment of surrender, that deep despair, it sounds incredibly painful and isolating.
It was. I felt completely disconnected, like a ship without a rudder, completely lost at sea, with no land in sight.
And did that feeling eventually shift for you, even a little bit?
Slowly. Very slowly. It was not a sudden revelation, more like a tiny whisper that grew louder over time. But at that time, the silence felt absolutely deafening.
That is a perfect illustration of how many of us feel. We mistake silence for absence and confusion for failure in our spiritual journey.
So I was not alone in thinking God had just forgotten me when I was struggling.
Not at all. In fact, that exact feeling is what leads us to our first crucial lesson today. It is a fundamental misunderstanding. Your story, Alex, is so relatable. It highlights the biggest misunderstanding about God having a plan for you that keeps so many people stuck.
Wait, so there is a misunderstanding. I always thought it meant a direct, clear path I was supposed to find.
Our first big idea, feeling lost, is not a sign of absence, but often a sign of preparation. It is not an error. It is a necessary part of growth.
So my confusion is actually preparation?
Absolutely. It means you are shedding the old, making space for the new. It is a season, not a sentence. When a seed is buried in the dark earth, It feels completely lost and alone, but it is actually preparing to sprout into something magnificent. Repeat after me with intention. My feeling lost is a season of growth and preparation. Our second crucial point: God's plan is less about a specific destination and more about who you become on the journey itself.
So it is about transformation, not just arrival?
Exactly. The path builds your character, your resilience, your faith. These are the true treasures. A skilled sculptor does not show you the finished statue at the very start. You must trust the process of chipping away and shaping. Say aloud, feeling it in your heart, I trust the journey, and I trust the process of becoming. And our third actionable insight: the next step is illuminated by taking the current step, not by seeing the entire staircase ahead of you.
Just one step at a time, then.
Yes, do not wait for perfect clarity. Take a small, intentional step, and clarity often follows the action. When you drive at night, your car's headlights only show a short distance ahead, but they are enough to get you all the way home safely. Affirm this truth: I will take one step forward, even if it is small, and the path will appear. Are you ready to test your understanding of these powerful new perspectives, Alex?
Bring it on. My mind feels a little clearer and more hopeful already.
Take a moment to look at the options on your screen and choose the best fit for you. When you feel utterly lost and without direction, what is the most empowering perspective to adopt based on what we just discussed? Option A: God has forgotten me, and I must find my own way completely alone. Option B: this confusion is a signal for me to pause, reflect, and trust the process of growth and becoming. Option C: I have failed, and I need to work harder to find a solution immediately without rest. The correct answer, my friends, is B.
Yes, B is absolutely right. It is about finding meaning and purpose in the pause, not panicking.
Excellent, Alex. You are really internalizing these truths. Now let us put these ideas into a real-life conversation. Imagine you are feeling lost again, and I am here to remind you of these powerful insights.
I am ready. Let us do this, Melissa. Pretend I am feeling completely overwhelmed. Melissa, I am just stuck again. This new project feels overwhelming and I do not see a clear path forward at all.
Wait, what? Stuck? Or are you perhaps entering a new, important phase of preparation for something even greater?
Preparation? It feels more like being utterly lost in a dense fog, with no light.
Exactly. Remember our first point? Feeling lost is often a sign of preparation, not an error in your journey.
So this fog is actually a good thing?
It is not necessarily good or bad. It simply is. It means you are evolving, growing into something new. The old path no longer serves you completely.
I see. But what if I make the wrong choice in this fog? What if this, preparation, leads me nowhere productive?
That is where our second point comes in, Alex. God's plan is not a rigid, detailed map. It is a compass, guiding who you become.
A compass, not a map. That is a very different way to look at it.
Yes, it is about developing resilience, patience, faith, and wisdom. These are the qualities that guide you, regardless of the specific twists and turns your life takes.
So, the destination, the specific outcome is less important than the person I become on the journey itself.
Precisely. Focus on the character you are building, the lessons you are learning. Those are the true treasures within the divine plan.
I do not know where to even begin with this project, though. It is just so massive, so many unknowns.
Then you need to remember the third insight. You do not need to see the whole staircase to take the very first step forward.
Just the first step, even if it is tiny.
Yes, what is one small, tiny action you can take right now? Do not think about the colossal end goal, just the immediate next move.
Well, I suppose I could just outline the first section, or research one small component. That feels manageable.
Perfect. That is more than enough. The path reveals itself with each deliberate step you take, Alex.
But what if I outline it wrong? What if it is not what God intended for me to do?
There is no wrong step if your intention is growth and connection to your purpose. Every step provides feedback, a new piece of information for you.
So even a misstep, a perceived mistake, is part of the learning process?
Even more so, mistakes are redirection, not dead ends. They refine your compass and make you stronger.
This feels profoundly different. Less pressure to have it all perfectly figured out from the start.
Because you do not need to. Your job is to show up, be present, and take that next small action with faith, trusting the larger design.
I feel like I am always waiting for a big, undeniable sign, a clear message from above.
And that is the mistake many people make. The big sign or the profound clarity often comes after you have started moving, not before.
So the clarity follows the action, rather than preceding it?
It absolutely does. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates the clarity you seek in your path.
This project, this feeling of being lost, it is actually an invitation to grow and trust more deeply.
It is always an invitation, Alex. An invitation to trust, to learn, to transform into the person you are meant to be.
I am going to go outline that first section right after this. Even if it is not perfect, it is a start.
That is the spirit. And remember, feeling lost is not a permanent state. It is a temporary passageway to your next adventure.
A temporary passageway. I like that a lot. It truly gives me a renewed sense of hope.
Hope is essential, and know this always. The universe, or God, is always conspiring for your highest good, even when you cannot see it clearly.
Thank you, Melissa. This conversation has really shifted my entire perspective. I needed to hear this.
That is precisely why we do this, to remind you that you are never truly lost or forgotten. Wow, Alex, that was a powerful exchange. You really grasped those profound concepts in real time.
It feels so much better to think about my lost moments this way. Less scary, more empowering, more intentional.
So to recap for everyone watching, what were our 3 big life-changing ideas today?
First, feeling lost is not an error. It is often part of your preparation for what is coming next in your life.
Excellent. And the second insight?
God's plan is more about who you become, the journey, and your character, rather than just a fixed, singular destination.
Spot on. And the final, most actionable point that we discussed?
You do not need to see the whole path. Just take one small, intentional step, and the next will surely appear.
These are profound truths that can absolutely change everything for you. But they only work if you practice them consistently.
So you have a mission for us, Melissa? I am ready for it.
Your mission this week is to identify one area in your life where you feel lost or stuck. Instead of dwelling on the confusion or panic, choose one tiny, actionable step you can take. It does not have to be the right step, just a step, any step forward. Then, consciously remind yourself, daily, that this feeling of being lost is a phase of preparation, shaping you for what is coming. Journal about how this fundamental shift in perspective changes your feelings and your actions. That mission will make a huge difference in your outlook, I promise you that.
I am already thinking of what my first step will be, Melissa. This truly helps.
Before we go, remember that secret I mentioned at the very beginning? The one common mistake everyone makes when they feel lost?
Yes. What is it? I have been waiting.
The mistake is believing that uncertainty means abandonment. The profound truth is, uncertainty is simply an invitation to lean into faith more deeply, to trust the process. God is not distant when you are lost. He is simply waiting for you to look up and take that next step. So do not forget to keep looking up, keep learning, and keep growing. If this video resonated with you, please do like it and subscribe for more guidance and hope.
Yes, please do like and subscribe. And most importantly, share this with someone who needs to hear it today. You are never truly alone, and you are never truly lost. See you next time.